I was diagnosed with HIV in 2003. I was 6 months pregnant. I didn't know where to go or where it came from or what to do. I just started to cry because I wasn't educated. I heard all the horror stories. I heard everything terrible. And a year prior to all this happening, a good friend of mine passed away from AIDS, and I just never thought me. I was scared to tell my sister. She is the type of woman where that's just not heard of. She's one of those that are, don't hug me, I might catch it. My brothers and sisters don't speak to me anymore because I'm HIV positive. When my mother found out that I was HIV positive, she said she won't have her children die before her. She thought in her mind, because she was not educated, that right away I was going to die. So she stopped taking her medication. With me being sick, she wanted just to go. But I'm still here. And she could still be here, but she wasn't educated enough. She didn't know that I could live for years. She just thought it was, you're diagnosed and that's it. Yeah. I started having cramping, burning in my abdomen, and I didn't know what it was or where it was coming from. I was diagnosed with gallbladder disease, so I needed to have it removed. So I went and saw a surgeon. I went into the exam room. He was looking through the file, and he said, "Oh, you're HIV positive." And I said, "Yes." And he said, "You're going to have to find someone else to do this."
Viral load is how much HIV virus is in the blood. And I think one of the concerns that this doctor had was that Melody, she had a detectable viral load. One of the reasons that we decided to bring the case on Melody's behalf was we saw some line drawing being done by this doctor that we thought was inappropriate and was dangerous. And that was between people who have an undetectable viral load versus someone who has a detectable viral load. The fact is that it made almost no difference in the level of risk for him or his surgical team. What's really going on is discrimination.
I think there are a lot of people who don't know that a doctor cannot refuse to treat you. I think there are a lot of people that don't know that if you go into an emergency room and somebody turns you away because you have the virus, that is discrimination. People who have HIV and AIDS don't think of themselves as disabled. They think of that term in its most classic sense. And I think it's critically important to our education efforts for people to understand that if you have the virus, even if you have no symptoms, or you have AIDS, you are in fact included in the population of people who are covered under this federal non-discrimination law that's called the Americans with Disabilities Act.
The case was defended very much on the grounds that this was somehow a medical judgment, and it took a lot of litigation to move them to a place where they understood what we said was underneath this, which was actual discrimination. I was quite pleased that we were able to resolve the case in a way that pleased our client. I think that Melody, after the case had been resolved, I think that she felt like her voice had been heard.
It was settled in a positive way. Women, I think, are more quiet. I don't think we know how to stand up and say, hey, this is happening. There are strong women, but we need more strong women. I'm here, and I'm saying this needs to stop.